This is a special video presentation of an unexpected experience I had. It will activate some of you to remember that point of origin. Do not watch while driving or operating machinery. Take time to integrate after. On 11/11/2021, I got zapped on my unicorn point, and I watched a movie playing. I had to lay down. And for 20 minutes, I watched the movie play out. It was all visual and sensory. There were no words. "950 billion years ago" was the headline. And from the depths of the no thing, the first impulse or life wave, as some call it, conceived our universe. It created a sphere. It didn't completely look like this, but this is how I was guided to draw it for this particular video in this current phase. The original sphere replicated itself and created two more spheres. The original, however, was still there. The two new spheres replicated to become 4. Then there were 5. 4 plus the original. The 4 new spheres replicated to become 8. And then there were 9. 8 plus the original. Spheres 6 and 7 left the group to create on their own. I felt no war or rebellion. It was simply allowed. It was as if this birthed free will. They went on to create their own universes, but were no longer connected to the original source. Are these what we call the fallen gods? They lost their ability to replenish and began to develop systems to consume energy from other sources. In other words, siphoning systems. It felt like distorted and fallen consciousness began. Meanwhile, 7 original spheres remained. The first original sphere began to move to the front. The 7 original created more universes and flourished into multiverses. However, spheres 6 and 7 that propagated distortions and siphoning systems began to spread its miscreations and fallen consciousness. Distortions propagated more distortions until it became difficult to discern the original songs within some universes and multiverses. This all happened over several hundred billions of years from our time perspective. In order to correct all distortions, the original 9 have been brought back together in the future. This is a confounding concept because the fall of consciousness, so to speak, is in the past, but also with the 9 back together in the past and future, it's as if this never happened, and all is being pulled into alignment to absorb and annihilate all distortions. In other words, it's like we're being pulled into the future, and along the way purify all distortions. Freedom and free will are not the same. The concept of free will is also being annihilated. These are 9 omniversal beings as I've named them. Each one represents one of the original 9 spheres or impulses of life waves. They are here speaking to us in various ways to purify all distortions. These distortions exist in our bodies. They exist in our thought forms in particular, and they exist as what we might call negative emotions. They've affected the consciousness of how we create our reality, such as siphoning systems, where you must consume the energy of another in various ways in order to continue to keep ourselves alive. This original sphere I also call the point of origin before any distortions existed. And this is another representation of the first life wave sphere. Another perspective of the original 9 together acting as one, drawn in May 2024. The healing and annihilation of all distortions completed, and yet we're alchemizing along the way to facilitate this massive omniversal mission. The original spheres appear in different artwork. The orca whale sings songs of the original life wave sphere, and you can see the various colors representing the different sounds. The orca's sound body is emanating these original sounds of the first impulse. The humpback whale sings songs of the original 9 emanations through dark matter and activating the sound bodies to harmonize with the original. The colors that you see in the waters represent these different sounds as well. These are the sounds of the original 9, and you can see it also reflected in the waters. Don't forget to breathe. This is likely to be a deep activation for some of you, and how it affects each of you will be different. So be sure to take time to integrate. Thank you for watching. We're currently preparing to make the orca whale and humpback whale with another one of my drawings, the ruby red turtle and the ruby DNA codes available for purchase. We have these images professionally printed and hanging on our walls. The physical print has a way of activating and changing the energy in your home. You may follow us on our social media, on our Patreon page. I'm on Instagram, our website. So if you're interested in having a print, then please follow us on our YouTube channel, our Patreon channel, our website, and social media. Thank you. Thank you for watching and for participating in this grand mission that we are all on.